position. Are we live?
We are. I think we're live.
Are we live? Hello, if we are live. Hello, good evening. I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
Together we are
Those vegan guys.
Now, this wouldn't normally be the time we would do a live. We usually do Saturday, Friday, Sunday. And we've done Saturday and Friday. This week should have been Sunday. However, we were contacted by the lovely Linda, Ian, and Angharad, who are up here again this weekend. And if you know about the failure the last time because of our flat tire and potential burnout.
Yes.
And so when we were contacted and said they were coming up, would you like to try Wholesome Junkies again? And we were like, yes. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
So tomorrow we're all meeting and Mum and Dad Brom. Hi, by the way, if you're watching. Hi.
Much love. And also,
oh yes, the vest for his birthday.
Birthday vest. Thanks, Mum and Dad. See you tomorrow.
So yeah, we're all going out tomorrow and we're going to do them their vegan folk vlog of Wholesome Junkies in Manchester, because none of us have ever been before.
No, it's new.
And that's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be an allotment vlog this week on Monday. Not much show you anyway.
True.
There's going to be a Wholesome Junkies vlog with them their vegan folk on Monday instead, and our meals vlog on Tuesday. But how have you all been enjoying? Well, how have you enjoyed the shopping series? Because it's done now, it's completed. Somebody asked us today about doing Lidl.
Oh yes.
But for those of you that know on the channel, we do have a bit of an issue with Lidl.
We've had issues with
Lidl, and we decided to not vlog there anymore after the issues. And then we did vlog there after that.
We did
a couple of times.
Yeah.
But there was just never a lot of stuff, so we haven't included it in the series.
It's ruled out for the basic principle, and I don't want to spoil it for any of you that haven't watched the latest cooperative foods vlog, so I won't say in detail, but we know from going to Lidl that it doesn't stack up against the top 3 anywhere. So even if we did go and do Lidl, it wouldn't be a contender. We know this.
No.
In terms of the winner.
It wouldn't. It's one of those places like Aldi where you can get some bits sometimes.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
That's
supplementary.
That's what Lidl is. So I never asked this question, but because I'm about to say what we had, I'm going to ask you, what have you all had for dinner tonight? Or if you're in a particular part of the world where you haven't had dinner yet, what are you having for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
And whilst you're writing that, before I start reading them out, I'll tell you that we had a semi-regular meal of ours, which is roasted vegetable wraps. So it's always the same veg, well, nearly always: butternut squash, sweet potato, white potato, carrot and parsnip. Tonight, the butternut squash and the potato were from Plot 25. So you cut them all up into bite-sized pieces, roast them, and then we make a crunchy peanut butter and Encona hot chili sauce paste, if you like. That goes on the wrap first. You'll see it on Tuesday's meals vlog. And then a load of roasted veg. Wrap it up and eat it. You can add grated cheese as well. We've done that sometimes, haven't we? Just like
we have. Yeah,
it's not essential.
It's not essential, and it wasn't needed tonight because there was so much veg.
There was a lot of veg,
and it was delightful. I mean, I'm still stuffed now, but that'll only last for about another hour, and then I'll probably want something else. Angharad says we really can't wait to see you all tomorrow.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be glorious as always.
Fun.
In terms of foods, Will says we had a Brinner earlier.
Nice.
Very nice.
We had one last week, as you probably saw on the meals vlog, and it was gorgeous. Oh, it was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was proper good, yeah. Jennifer says cauliflower gnocchi with spices.
Oh, very nice.
Sounds good.
Fancy.
Dorcas is in the house. Dorcas, hope you're feeling better, good sir, after the schmarona.
Nope.
What? Eileen says...
Nope.
Ah, yes, of course. Muddy Paul says, broccoli, white bean, and roasted garlic soup and bread.
Ooh, homemade, Lisa. That sounds really nice, actually.
Nice.
I'm going to be with the other half of the butternut squash that I've got. I've got the bottom half left. I'll leave the skin on. I'll de-seed it. I've got 2 really big sweet potatoes. I'll leave the skin off on them, and I'll cut all of that into small chunks, roast it, butternut squash and sweet potatoes, skin on, roast it all, and then just blend it with veg stock. Beautiful soup. It's on the channel somewhere. It's actually an old Nigella Lawson recipe, and she did like a blue cheese drizzle for the top of it, but you can do it with, like, you can do a salted yogurt drizzle for the top of it, or you can mix some cream and some vegan cheese. There's so much you can do in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Cream and nooch. Oh, you don't have to have anything. We had it over chips before today, haven't we?
Yeah, we're not too fussy, are we? We're not too fussy generally. Adam has obviously been out this evening. We are aware of this. Tornado burger at Vegan Kitchen. Beautiful.
Yes, the Vegan Kitchen in Birmingham, which is very highly likely where we're going to be having our next club on November 26th or 4th. The Saturday, whichever one of those is a Saturday, that one. It's the last Saturday of November. We're going to be going to Birmingham so that those that have found it difficult to come up to Manchester might be able to get to Birmingham. We're going to be staying overnight, so it might be fun for those of you like a bit further on than Birmingham could come up. It'd be fun.
Spread the word.
It'd be fun.
And we'll spread the word as well across that vegan group and all of our socials and everything as we get nearer, of course.
And then the next one after that might be in Wales.
Yeah, in the new year.
Yeah, and then possibly one in London if we can do it.
Possibly. Getting ahead of ourselves a bit there.
Well, no, I'm just saying, even if 3 people came, it'd be a chance for us to get out and see.
Yeah, absolutely. Naomi, mash made by my wonderful neighbour, meat-free Richmond sausages, vegetable medley, gravy.
Naomi, I've been meaning to ask you in the group, but if you don't mind, I will ask you in the chat, because your answer might actually help someone else. Because I know that before your neighbour started baking you veg and everything, you were like what we are 3-4 nights a week. You like oven chips or waffle fries or whatever. Have you felt the difference from having that like mash and veg made for you now seemingly on a regular basis? Have you felt the difference? I'm interested to know. Your meals have been looking fabulous, by the way, and you've got a really great neighbour. So nice one, Mucker. Mucker is a term of endearment, by the way. Let's say pal.
Yeah, good that you explained that though, just in case. Yeah. Cheers, Muckers. Peter says, thanks for the Cathedral City review. It was lovely. We'll be buying again. Peter T.
We bought some more today, Peter. And we bought 2 new to us cheeses from the Wicked range at Tesco. There's a cheddar with black pepper and a smoked Gouda slices, both packs of slices. And the dated 2023, so I was like, I'll get both.
Why not?
I think the black pepper ones, I know the smoked Gouda ones will be beautiful on a burger, but I think the black pepper ones will be as well. So,
yeah.
Lisa, thank you. Muddy Paws, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Bloody love you too.
Yes, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Most definitely. I'm going to scroll just in case we missed any answers to the question that you asked, because the chat, as always, is thick and fast. Thank yous all for being here. If we didn't say that right at the start, it's a nice chilled one in our living room, as Paul said, and there's 94 of yous in the house. So if you wouldn't mind giving the live stream a thumbs up, that would be hugely appreciated. Thank you.
Ashley, I might join you from Monday. I don't know whether I'm going to do a few weeks. I've been kind of not doing it at all. I've either been having a couple of toast at the cafe in Oldham in the morning, or a salad sandwich at lunchtime and then my evening meal. But I could do with getting back into it myself for a few days a week, which is what I like to do. I like to do, if I can do like Monday to Thursday all that, and then let myself go at the weekend and still lose weight at the rate I was doing, I'll be at the target in no time at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Dorcas says, thanks, Jason. Feeling loads better, but like the stuffing has been knocked out of me. Had Dad over for the day, so it might be just that what done it. Yeah, understandable. That's good. It's just one of those, isn't it? I was chatting just the other day about it without going into too much detail and just saying it's still a bit of a lottery, isn't it? How people respond and react to it even after all this time. It really is. Most definitely. Yeah. It's a genetic lottery, isn't it? Adam says, this Grow chocolate bar, I've never seen it.
Geo, is that right? Was right. Does taste a little bit like the green triangles at Quality Street, if you remember them. It's lovely. We had 2 pieces each last night, didn't we?
Rowena says, come to Glasgow.
Because
yes. Of course we've got to go north if we're going south.
Yeah.
We've got to hit all those.
We'll probably do a north at some point, Rowena.
Definitely.
Can't see why we wouldn't.
Yes, indeed.
See, what we're going to try and do is mix them in with, well, this is what I'm going to try and do, unbeknownst to Jason, he's about to find out, is mix them in with weekends away. So go and have a little weekend away somewhere. Yeah. And have a meetup that night.
That makes more sense, definitely. You know? Yeah, because I don't think I'm not really into the idea of like London and back in a day.
No. That was like staying in Birmingham.
Yeah.
If we go anywhere further afield, we'll stay. Always stay.
Yes. Jennifer, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Greatly appreciated, genuinely. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit and just make sure I've not missed anything majorly. Lots of people have had delightful food this evening. Absolutely delightful food. Thank you for sharing. I've not read all of them out, but I've read quite a few of them. Okay. Yes, I think we are reasonably up to speed. Oh, you were just talking about that before, weren't you?
Oh, nice try, is it? Well, see, here's the thing, though, isn't it? I might like it just for the nostalgia, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 we're talking about there.
Hocus Pocus 2. Yes. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Angel still hasn't managed to get the block of Cathedral City sold out 5 times at Tesco.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? Hopefully the buzz will die down a little bit in the coming weeks, and it'll just become, regularly available product.
You would hope, wouldn't you?
Yes. I think there is a lot of there's been a huge buzz about it, though, hasn't there? Yeah. Everyone's gone absolutely nuts over it. So it's
we didn't help.
Well, yeah. I think we had a tiny part, in that. Yes. All right. Okay.
GC, I was right. See, I knew it was G something. GC. Yes, it does. It does slightly remind me of the green triangles, but it's a lovely sucky chocolate, isn't it? It's like a really thick. Do you know what I mean? Very enjoyable.
Yes. Naomi says, I will be getting my carer soon. My social worker says I will get 10 hours a week. I'm going to hopefully make soups and other nutritious meals with her. I will be asking for recipes in the group.
Oh, Naomi, so wish I could be your carer. We'd have a right laugh.
The Oracle of Windsor has gifted 5 Those Vegan Guys memberships. That's incredible. Am I reading that right? That's right, isn't it?
You are?
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Wednesday, bless your cotton socks.
I don't even know how that works. Like, do you just send them to people?
Yeah, look. Laura was gifted a membership. Amanda was
I didn't scroll down further.
Kelly was gifted a membership.
Oh, that's so nice. That's proper nice. Thank you. That's lovely.
Oh, Dorcas, we've still. I'm hoping that the ones that we've left to ripen in the greenhouse will have done, because we've shut the door now and everything. So
And we've had a couple of days of
good sunshine.
pretty good sunshine.
Yeah, regardless of how cold it's been bright. So in the greenhouse, we've still got half a box left in the fridge, but we've probably got 3 boxes left on the plants down there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we might.
But I've already done some pasta sauce, as you may have seen on the vlog, and frozen that. So, you know, we've got some put aside.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peps.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, I don't think
You were talking about the memberships, I think.
No, I've moved on from that. But that's lovely. Nice. Thank you, the Oracle of Whimsy. I mean, our place where we are currently, you know, we haven't got too many complaints, really, to be fair. It's certainly the warmest house we've ever lived in, isn't it?
Yeah, we've lived in some hovels, and this is definitely the warmest. We struck quite lucky, considering why we moved here, because we moved into this house just after my dad got given 10 months to live.
Yeah.
And they live 6 doors away. Mum still does, obviously. And this house came up, and I was like, right, we need to be there. We need to be there for these 10 months, and we were.
Yeah, it was a good move under difficult circumstances, wasn't it? Yeah,
and then it turned out to be a good house, thankfully.
Yes.
But Whimsy, that is so lovely of you. You're a lovely, thoughtful human being, and very kind of you to give memberships like that. You should check out the Oracle of Whimsy's channel, by the way. She does the old card reading and does these long, very busy lives, and talks about all kinds of stuff. Very interesting. You should subscribe to her, and you should subscribe to Angharad.
Yes. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top, just because I haven't done it for a while. I'm just going to scroll right up to the very top and just shout out the first few people that were here on the live this evening, before we even went live, pretty much. So, of course, Angharad, the wonderful Angharad, us 3 vegans, of course. Adam, you lovely lad, you. Tracy and Leroy, of course. Flanny, Deneen.
That's better.
Thank you. And thank you to all of you that have thumbed up the live stream. It is greatly appreciated. We only ever ask, it's not to rub our egos. Genuinely, it's not. It's so that the YouTube robots might possibly pay attention, look down upon our tiny little channel, which is growing gradually, slowly and gradually. They might look down upon us and be like, hey, what are those guys doing there? That's interesting. Let's share that. They're getting thumbs up. So thank you. That's why we ask, though.
Alex, I don't know if we are planting anything for the winter, because I don't know what to plant for winter. It might be something we can look into and see if there's anything we can grow over winter in the greenhouse
for early harvest in the new, like February, March time,
or to just grow over winter. You know, just to. But we do get proper cold winters.
We planted onions last year over winter.
Oh, we did they call them Japanese onions. They're not necessarily from Japan or Japanese. But they're hardy winter onions, and they're one of their common names is Japanese onions. In fact, we were eating them. We've still got some down there now. We were eating them up until recently, and now we've got all the spring ones that we've just harvested drying on the rack down there. They'll see us over the next couple to few months.
We've had a good rotation on the onions, to be fair.
Yeah,
we've had a good rotation. They've been quite nice. I think Dorcas was asking about if we'd had much success with growing tomatoes outdoors. Not a massive amount of success.
No, but the ones that we put outdoors, we didn't repot.
Yes.
So that's probably played a part. And I think maybe we'd have put some of them into the ground, they might have done better. But we didn't really have the room. However, because we're not doing beans next year,
we're going to have a lot more space.
It's going to be a different kettle of fish.
We're definitely going to. We are infused by the success that we've had with our tomatoes this year. And we are going to do more next year, even if that means donating some.
Thank you, darling, for the super chat.
Oh, Angel,
and
thank
something
you.
as a thank you for your lovely channel and all you both do, Barbara.
That's brilliant.
Thank
you, Angel.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, so it's all going good. Like Paul said before, because we kind of sort of did that rapid update in the first 5 minutes of the live stream this evening. But things are generally going pretty well. But there isn't an awful lot to see down at the allotment. We grafted and got a lot of clearing done last weekend for any of you that did see vlog 79. So that's all ticking along nicely. And of course, we're looking forward to going out for something to eat tomorrow lunchtime. It's going to be great.
Just to see if I can, Jacqueline. And because there are no impending drag shows, that's why I'm going to bed.
Yes. Yes. Peter T says, have you tried making jam from your fruit crops? No, not yet. It might be something we'll get around to at some point in the future. But to be honest, all of the stuff that we've had from the allotment has all been put to use, or with the plethora of plums that we had.
Do you watch our allotment vlogs?
Were donated.
Because you'll know that a load of our donated plums were made into jam charity.
Oh, of course.
We just haven't made any for ourselves.
Yes. Adam says, I'd just like to say, I think it's like confetti. And
congratulations.
Confetti and applause. Congratulations on 15K. I know you like a safety cushion, but I couldn't wait. I think we've got our safety cushion now, but now I've said that.
Yeah.
Who knows? But thank you, Adam. I thank you. Yeah, we're chuffed as well. We're chuffed. It's great. Alex has planted some spuds, hopefully for Xmas.
Whimsy's got some tomato flowers. And so it begins. Tomatoes and pins.
Yes. Vegan news, just to touch on it, because there's a few things to mention. New Zealand, well, it's not kind of vegan news specifically, but it's kind of good for the animals, I suppose, in a way. New Zealand are about to ban live export of animals.
Could we have some more thumbs up, please? Because there are over 100 people watching and less than 100 thumbs up. And as I often say, why would you be sat watching a video you don't enjoy? And if you do enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up.
Yes.
That would be lovely. Thank you very, very much.
So yeah, that's something interesting that's kind of come up in the media of late, and that's a good thing because it just means, whichever way you look at it, I know it's not an amazing like game changer, but it means that less animals are going to suffer the horror that is live export. Do you know what I mean? So at least when it comes to New Zealand, they're not doing it.
The annoying thing is that Sweden had the opportunity to ban factory farming, and it was put to a public vote, and it failed.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
And that's just yet another reflection of how flawed we are as a species, human beings.
Yeah, they had an opportunity.
Unfortunately, you can very easily switch on the parts of your brain that take other living things into consideration, and I don't understand why more people don't do that. Whimsy, thank you for the super chat, my darling, and the big thumbs up pair.
Thank you. Adam says,
Dorcas, we got sun gold Toms. We've got sun gold. Do yours stay orange a lot, my darling Dorcas? Do they stay a kind of, rather than going a vivid red, do they, because we've got loads of them, we've had loads of them, but they're very orange. But they're beautiful.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Adam says, Emma and the kids decorated the house with Halloween goodies while I was at work today, but our house is full of skulls all year round, so no difference. Which makes me ponder and wonder, of everybody that's in the chat, 115 of yous, are you all looking forward to Halloween? Because it's coming up soon. Do you celebrate it? Do you get in the spirit of it? Do you watch horror films? We love horror, don't we? It's one of our favourite genres, but we don't really do the whole Halloween thing. Although for anybody who is outside of the UK over the last few years, put Schmarona to one side, has definitely been uptrending in terms of getting more on board with the whole Halloween thing.
Can I give you who are watching on TV? Because I know some people watch it on TV and said, don't know how to like. I'm going to tell you. You press your OK button on your remote control whilst you're watching. The straight bar will come up at the bottom with the showing how, you know. Then you press up and you'll go up to the little channel symbol and then move across to the thumbs up. Press OK again. And then just leave it and it'll go away. That stuff. But then you've liked our video from your TV. Just in case you were wondering.
I think that some people that's helped because we've just got some extra thumbs up now.
That's nice.
So maybe your explanation helped a couple of people, which is good. Halloween. Back to the subject of Halloween. Deneen, totally looking forward to Halloween. We'll definitely be watching horror movies. Ashley, I am the old.
Dorcas answered.
Oh.
So because we've asked.
Sorry, yeah.
They stay orange but tasty. That's all I wanted to know. It's like, because they just didn't seem to be going red. But we've had loads of them orange, haven't we? Absolutely loads of them. Just little bites of flavour. They're beautiful. I'll definitely grow them again next year.
Yeah.
Sun golds.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go.
Yeah. Ashley says, I am the only one who loves Halloween. I always buy tons of sweets and never get any trick-or-treaters. Oh, that's sad. I think that's happened with us a few times, hasn't it, over the years? We've bought sweets in for trick-or-treaters and we've not had any.
Yeah.
Come round. Peter, I don't know what that word means. It could be a type error. I'll be doing vegan activism. Activism for Halloween. Oh, does that mean giving out vegan sweets or something more specific, Peter? Interesting stuff. Okay. Jennifer says, lol, I'm watching and listening on my TV but chatting on my iPad because I am technologically inept. Haha. Well, that's brilliant, Jennifer. You sound like you're technologically savvy to me, to be perfectly honest, to be multitasking in that way. Okay.
Do you want to get us a little bit of wine?
Yeah, we'll do.
Maybe. And I'll.
Oh, no way. Will and Chris will. There's a pumpkin farm near us we go to and then carve them at home with Halloween films on. Looking forward to it.
Oh, that's cute.
Proper nice. Love that. That's really getting into the Halloween spirit. We were chatting in the kitchen before we went live and saying, I'm sure there's supposed to be like a final Halloween film coming out. You know, Michael Myers, all that jazz. So, yeah, even though it's been going on a long time, I still want to watch it. I still want to see it, really.
Paul and Jason, will there be a pouring of the wine this year? There we go.
We all
yes,
good.
We're caught up.
Fabulous. Nothing particularly special. Some of you may have seen this before. We may have featured this before. This is the Western Cape Pinotage from Tesco's.
It's actually really nice. It's £3.89 and it's clear matte vegan on the back.
Clearly. Although it's tiny. It's tiny.
Yeah, but it's there. I can see it from here.
Yeah. It's not as tiny as some of the other ones. There's some at Tesco's where it's like you need a magnifying glass to see it.
Let's show it.
I'll hide my face and my eyes.
There it is.
Yeah.
See? And that's the label. Should you ever fancy having a look for it? £3.89. Utterly delightful. Fruity but full-bodied.
Yes. There we go. There we go. Nice.
Oh, can can we just say as well, because I don't think we've done a live since. I could not believe V Revolution announced that they were closing. Their last day open was the day after we'd all been the night before
for Grub Club,
and we had no idea when we were there. It proper busted me up.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit, like proper.
yeah.
And I've said it in the vlog mark in the moment, but I say it in this one as well. All we can say is bloody good luck to Dom and all the staff, but particularly Dom, who kind of built that up. And we fondly recall the original V Revolution when it was actually called V Revolution, and it was a record shop and a junk food bar, and it was fabulous. So yeah, cheers to them.
Yeah,
cheers,
absolutely.
Cheers to Dom and to the lovely memory of V Rev, the OG in Manchester, and sadly missed.
Yeah, many fond memories. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Just going back briefly to what we were chatting about before, and I think this is a really good point that Dorcas makes, actually. We used to get lots of children trick-or-treating, but no longer. Combination of over-careful parents and COVID, possibly. Nigel doesn't mind, though, as he scoffs the sweets. Yes, totally get that. Yeah, and that does make sense. It does make sense. Well, it'll be interesting to see what kind of year we have this year in terms of Halloween. You know, with us having turned a corner and things kind of getting back to normal, but also kind of not fully getting back to normal. We shall see. Anyway, we shall see. I think I highlighted something before. What was it? Oh no, it was Dorcas's. Oh, Will says we bought the Penguin Sands Cabernet Sauvignon today on TVG recommendation. It's well nice, great value,
good price, isn't it? And it's a nice wine as well.
Penguin Sands, they do a good. They do the big three, don't they?
Yeah, Merlot, Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yes.
Cab Fav.
A couple of people talking about the new Dharma series on Netflix. We will update at some point, actually, not necessarily right this second, but usually at some point when we're doing a live stream, particularly when we're just doing a chilled one in the lounge, we usually update on our what we've been watching, what we've been viewing. So we'll probably touch on that before we finish up this evening, definitely. Just noticed, by the way, the thumbs up have hit 101 at 32 minutes into the live stream. You're all glorious. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you.
Alex, it's truly devastating, isn't it? Alex says my local vegan cafe closed down the other day. They've left a sign on the door saying hopefully not forever, just until the world heals.
It sucks, doesn't it?
I know that business rates work because they've been mentioned in posts, so it's in public posts. So I'm not, I've been mentioned by VREV in their article in the Manchester Evening News. First thing, because 3 weeks ago they reduced their business hours, saying that the lunchtime crowd hadn't come back. So they'd had all the lockdown and all of that, and then tried to get the business back up, but the world hasn't gone back to normal yet. And people hadn't gone back, so they decided to just do 4 nights a week, kind of 12 till 8 2 nights, 12 till 9 the other 2 nights. I think it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that was just 3 weeks ago. So this must have all happened
really quick.
But he did say in the post, this is out of our hands now. What does that tell you? But there's like I said in the video about VREV, there's so many vegan businesses, not just vegan businesses, but of course they're the ones that hit us the hardest because they're the ones we like to support, but there's a lot of small businesses closing because this government is absolutely diabolical and has been for well over a decade now. And how they how we've had 4 different Conservative prime ministers, and the country is at the point it's in now, and people have still voted for them. I have no idea. I have no idea. The world is broken.
Oh, it doesn't help.
So badly broken at the moment.
It doesn't help when we don't get a chance to vote for the person who's the Prime Minister. That doesn't help either, does it, really?
No.
Do you know what I mean? On a separate note, because Paul's absolutely right, the world is broken, and a little bit of respite here now and again is actually really, really nice. But we do often, you know, it's a lifestyle channel. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, we can't pretend the world's not happening.
Absolutely.
Can we?
Absolutely.
That's the
truth of it.
The crux of the matter.
Yeah.
If you follow us on Facebook, you will have seen a long, kind of very political post the other night anyway. And I said in that post, this is the precursor to a vlog I'm going to be doing soon. And in it, I was talking about the royal family and billionaires and wealth distribution and poverty and all of these things that are just not sitting right with me at the moment. I don't get the world at the moment. I'm going to be really, really honest and say this. I don't understand how Putin is still walking around. I don't get it. Not in 2022. I don't understand it.
Well, we do. We do understand it in that he's surrounded himself with yes people, which is what.
I mean, I don't know why when he's proven himself to be a warmongering psychopath who doesn't care for a family, Ukraine is family.
Yeah.
I don't get why the world hasn't taken action.
Well, I said the other day, didn't I? I mean, without getting, you know, I don't want our live stream to get taken down or anything, but I was like, speaking completely ridiculously, of course, because I know this would never happen. I'm coming from like James Bond world here. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, why haven't we just sent the SAS in? Take him out. We send James Bond in, MI5, take him out. But that I know that's not how the world works, obviously. But somewhere in the recess of my brain, there's a little tiny inkling that's like, we need to, like Paul said, we need to get rid of this guy. We all collectively as a planet. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right-wingism in America, I made the mistake of, as those vegan guys, I've had to hide. Or, you know, don't show me this. You know, when you get loads of suggested for you.
Yeah.
And groups and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I clicked on the other day, but it was something I thought it was a news article. And it turned out to be a real right-wing Facebook page, deeply American. It was called Analyzing America or something, and it was basically ripping CNN, like really ripping CNN. And if you've ever watched any CNN, you know, they may have an air of bias about them, but they do the news well. They share news well. They report well, and that's what news is about. But I made the mistake of reading some of the comments. It terrified me. It terrified me that there were thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are so deeply embedded into the Trump, QAnon, right-wing, racist, anti-LGBTQ, like it's a package deal. Horrible.
Yeah, it is.
Hot, and I couldn't. And then loads started coming up. Loads of these like real Fox celebrating everything else is scum type pages. I was just like, no wonder the status is fucked. But in my post that I wrote about, you know, the royal family and all of this politics malarkey, I can't believe that this country voted for Brexit. Still can't believe it. It's like, what? And I can't believe that they voted the Conservatives in twice. It blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. But that's people for you, isn't it?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating because a lot of the time you kind of feel a little bit disempowered. I know, well, I speak for myself. I speak from personal experience. The more the nonsense propagates, the more that the inequality spreads, the more disempowered I feel to try and affect it in a positive way, to try to combat it, to find a way to, because we all have to pick our battles, don't we, in life? It's like, you know, there's only so many things that you can do and that you can take on. But yeah, I agree with you, Babes. I think we're living in incredibly difficult times at the moment. And I don't know about the rest of the world, but here in the UK, as if things aren't already bad enough with what Truss is doing, they're now talking about reducing benefits for people. They're actually talking about and considering cutting benefits for people. So as if things aren't already bad enough with energy prices more than doubling in the last 12 months, they're now talking about that as well. So it does become a bit of a head scratcher in terms of why are we not evolving as a society. And the reason we're not evolving is because there's still too much money wrapped up with big corporations who are still using fossil fuels, and that certainly plays a large part of it.
I think the problem is that we come up with these names for systems, political systems or social systems that allegedly work, like we're a capitalist country with socialist arms.
Yeah.
And the capitalism doesn't work. It doesn't work. I think America is mainly capitalist and therefore absolutely terrified of anything socialist, which they see as red communism. Oh, terrifying. Why they're scared of the word socialism, I don't know. It's like, you know, but some people are. It's just crazy. But none of these systems particularly work, I think, when they're proven not to work. You know, the fact that two companies could make between them in 3 months this year 20 billion in profit, and I spoke to an old 80-year-old lady on the market last week who said she was scared to put her heating on. Just that proves the world's broken. Completely broken.
Yeah. Someone's got to change. Anyway, someone's got to change.
I'll do a vlog about all this soon, a proper kitchen vlog, and you will have a real good chat in the comments about it.
Adam says, I'm depressed now. How's Isis? She cheers me up.
She's all right. She's upstairs.
She is. Actually, a couple of other people have mentioned as well. I can't remember who it was. Somebody specifically mentioned before that it was really nice to see Isis in the meals vlogs recently. She's so random. She's been quite ignorant in the last few evening meals. But in the last meals vlog, she made an appearance several times. It's just, you know, she's like that. She's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Aloof at times. She's very, you know, independent.
Right. Now we're at the bottom of the chat.
We're all good.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, just to go back just briefly to what Paul was talking about before, because sometimes it does get a bit much and people do, it's very easy for people to feel, like I was saying, sort of disempowered. I think the main thing is that we look out for each other, which is something that we always do as a community, that we check in, that we share nice things as well as the not so nice things, and that we all just try and, you know, lift each other up, which is something we often say on this channel, is that wherever we can, we would much rather lift somebody up than push somebody down. And that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris says, she's a cat after my own heart.
And when I do the vlog about it all, by the way, I will probably share some method by which, if you're fed up of things too, you can, maybe I'll do a template or something, a simple template email that you can share with your own MP that says, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Network, 1976. Brilliant movie.
Well, this is the slightly strange thing, isn't it? Is like there's a part of me that, like, I've even observed it. You know, I mean, we stay fairly well tuned into what's going on. Is like people power still exists, people still have, not in all parts of the world, unfortunately.
We are the power.
Yeah.
That's what terrified me when I was reading all the comments on the right-wing things on Facebook, because I was like, you have the power to change the world.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is wallowing in hatred and blame.
Yeah.
They did it. It's all their fault.
Doesn't
It's all
help
because
anything.
of them.
Doesn't help anything, does
No.
it? It doesn't benefit anyone,
Nope.
and it doesn't help anything at
Nope.
all. We also have to contend with the fact as well. I was thinking this before. It's not necessarily much better in this country. I'm not always on the attack when it comes to like America's ridiculous, America's insane, and all that, because we're not much better over here, to be honest. But we have to contend with part of the reason why we've got to where the QAnon movement is now is because America has ignored its mental health crisis for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Even though we look at America and we're like, they understand the psychologists, the stigma isn't there around mental health. People can go and pay and speak to someone, and it's not. It doesn't.
That's because politics is above health in America, and that's why white men in Congress think that they can tell women what to do with their bodies.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. Well,
anyway.
Stop. Sorry, guys. But honestly, if I didn't talk about these things, sometimes I would burst. I would literally burst.
I'll pour us another glass of wine, and we'll chat about something else. We'll chat about what's coming up. What's coming up with the Vegan Queens? Anything?
Yes, there's going to be a Halloween special episode of Mock the Month. Usually Frog the Fortnight, but that's a bit too regular. When we're both like working, full time now. So there's going to be a Halloween Mock the Month in which the girls are going to be talking about everything from the last couple of months. And there's going to be a special Vegan Queens cooking in the kitchen sometime in December. None of this will be on this channel, by the way. Both of these things will be on the Vegan Queens channel, but they'll be doing a special cooking in the kitchen at some point in December as a kind of pre-Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Just going back briefly, tongue-in-cheek, Chris says, well, I'm holding out for alien intervention. I'm hoping for galactic socialists with food replicators and pointy ears.
Chris, wouldn't it be absolutely amazing? But, we've said many times, if you were a highly intelligent pacifist species and you floated above Earth and watched some of our TV, would you land?
Yeah.
You watched some of our news programs, would you land? Because I wouldn't. The vegan. Oh, was it? Sorry, took that to a serious place. No, but I've genuinely sat and thought about that.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, like if there's intelligent life out there, why haven't they come to help us and intervened? And then I thought, would I? With this,
we're their reality TV show. You know what I mean? They've got cameras in the skies and everything. Can't believe I just said that. That really sound like a proper.
Tracy, you're dead right. Hatred has become an actual drug to many people, and one that they've become deeply addicted to. That they've forgotten what joy is like, and real companionship and friendship, and they get that comradeship, which is a different thing, through shared hatreds.
Yeah,
and mistake it for friendship. And it ain't there.
The vegan Potterhead. I won a competition to win a free vegan burger every day in October at a local 100% vegan fried chicken shop.
Well, that's kind of cool, but also slightly dangerous.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons, isn't it? Where Homer
it's like
ODs on burgers.
Unless you're doing OMAD, and then you'll be fine. Or you might be just fine anyway. I'd be a bit like, whoa, I'm gone now.
Ashley says the aliens literally watch our planet and go, nah, we're good, keep driving. Exactly. It's a mad old world. It is, and you know, it's not that different when you look out there in the vegan community sometimes as well, and that's why we, you know, as much as we possibly can, profess peace and love. And I know it sounds a little bit, you know, a little bit hippie, but it's so much better than the alternative.
Let's not say hippie though, it's a bad thing.
No, it's not. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
the hippies were like wonderful.
Peace and love, man.
They got to the end of the 60s and they, you know, they had enough of Vietnam and just wars in general, and it became peace, love, dope.
Yeah, we've said it before, haven't we? When you watch like what are they called? That guy Bobby, Living Bobby, and there's a few other channels that we watch where these people that go around to places that you don't generally get to see very often on mainstream television and visit these places around the world, and like war-torn places or people who have historically had wars for many years. And when you actually sit down and speak to the real people who have had to live through all of that, none of them want it.
No.
None of them ever want it.
Nope.
It's created by politicians. War's created by politicians. It's a sad, crazy thing.
Rich GC says, I love your attitude, guys. Thank you very much, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. Cheers. Oh, Jan, yes. Look in the mirror and know you like yourself every day. Very true. Yes. Sometimes difficult for people.
Yeah. I'll pop in the kitchen for a second. Then shall we have that chat about what we've been watching?
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of an update because we've been consuming quite a bit of late, and that's like our proper wind down time. The last sort of couple of hours of an evening, be that during the week or the weekend, that we've been consuming quite a bit, having got to the final season and finishing off Star Trek Voyager, and it's been fairly diverse as well, truth be known. We always like to update and chat a little bit about what we've been watching, and also catch up on what other people have been watching as well.
So one of the main things that we've been watching over the last few weeks is actually season 3 of The Orville.
Yes.
Now, we watched season 1 and 2 a long time ago of The Orville, and it was good and it was funny and it was a good sci-fi series with a comedy edge kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we watched Voyager. We rewatched Voyager and completely fell back in love with Voyager. And, you know, it was amazing. It was just then we went straight into season 3 of Orville, and I was like, oh, the opening credits are too long and the music's too epic and it's kind of too take the pissy. And then after about 3 or 4 episodes, it really came into its own, didn't it? The third season, it doesn't feel like a comedy though anymore.
It's a little bit more. The comedy's still there, but there's definitely more heartfelt stuff, more meaningful sort of substance there.
Very much so.
But I did also say to you, didn't I? I said we should have left it longer.
We should have done,
because we started watching the 3rd season of The Orville literally like almost back to back with us finishing watching Star Trek Voyager, and I think we needed a bit of a gap between those. Before we started it, but great series, really, particularly episode 5 to episode 10. It's had me in tears a couple of times.
Yeah, no, it's been really good though. They've covered some stuff. Yeah. We've also been watching The Rings of Power. Wow.
Lord of the Rings, for anyone who isn't aware. Yeah, Rings of Power is sitting in that world.
Oh, God, it's been good. It's just amazing. It's everything about it is amazing. The writing, the cinematography, the acting, the costumes, the scenery, the special effects. Brilliant.
Jennifer says, I've just started the new Lord of the Rings and I love it, but I love this series. I've read the books over and over. I am a nerd for the movies as well. I need to watch Voyager. Watched it years ago.
Oh, Jennifer, honestly, Voyager is so worth sitting through from beginning to end. It
Stands up totally, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's
So good.
And the characters, it's all about the characters. It's all about that family, the Voyager family. It's
big time.
Incredible, just absolutely incredible. Completely fell back in love with it.
Adam, the Orville. Yeah, and it is an unusual name. You're absolutely right. It's an odd name.
Orville, who is your very best friend? You are. I'm gonna help you mend what? Your broken heart.
Is that your impression of Orville?
No, that was Keith Harris and Orville.
Yeah.
In the song.
I'm talking specifically about the Orville part.
Yeah.
We'll say no more.
Why? What's wrong with that?
It was not Orville.
It was.
I've got Orville upstairs, and that was not Orville.
That was Orville. Becky, thank you for enjoying my goatee.
Yes. I know. Chris says, I liked the Orville, but that ship design is unforgivable. Looks like a pimped up tadpole.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Choices. It's definitely a choice, without a doubt. I do like that they've been consistent across the entire fleet though with it. Even like the little the smaller fighter ships. They've all kind of got that same configuration, which I quite like. Yes. So yeah, we watched the Orville. We thoroughly enjoyed that. And we've got a couple of series lined up. We told you in last week's live, I think Adam had asked, and we'd updated about what we'd watched over the birthday weekend, my birthday weekend. And we have, controversial, I know, not everybody's cup of tea, and I appreciate that, but we have started watching Dharma as well on Netflix. We are up to episode 6.
Was that 6 we watched tonight?
We've watched up to and including episode 6 of Dharma, which is not, it's not like watching Mary Poppins. Let's put it that way. It's not an enjoyable viewing experience.
Things that are good about it. The acting's brilliant. And it tells the victim stories.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's important.
Yeah. And for those that are...
And it also highlights racism, lost opportunities, police neglect. It highlights a lot of important factors that still need to be addressed in society.
Yeah. Well, I've got nothing to add because you've kind of said it all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, absolutely right. Absolutely right. You know what? I'm going to read that because it's actually reminded me of guilty pleasures and that kind of thing. It's not something we watch. Becky says, are you watching Married at First Sight UK? It's absolute garbage, but me and hubby love it. Don't judge us. We're not watching it.
Never judge you, Becky. We used to sit and watch people sleeping on Big Brother.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say, one of the things that we've realised recently, we don't really switch the Virgin box on anymore. It's kind of irrelevant, but we switched it on, I think, last week or the week before, and we noticed that there was a few episodes of a series that we'd not seen for a while that we both really enjoy. So that's kind of our little guilty pleasure, Naked Attraction.
Oh, I love Naked Attraction.
Naked Attraction. Maybe it's my guilty pleasure. Maybe not so much Paul.
Yeah, I think
because it's trash.
But it breaks down so many social barriers.
It's utter trash. I wish a few more people would have a few more successes off the back of it.
Well, I wish people would go on it because they were looking for a relationship and not just to get their
tackle out on telly.
Get the bits out on telly.
Adam's been smashing Cobra Kai. I'm still not sure about Cobra Kai, you know.
Right. Flanny's mentioned Simone's cat, and then Dorcas says Simon's cat. So is it Simone's cat or Simon's cat? That's a good thing to watch on YouTube. Blaze tells no.
Oh, Mitchell, bless you. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitchell.
Get yourselves a block or two of Cathedral City or a bottle of wine on me. Thanks, guys, for being you. Cheers, Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Thank you. You rock.
What the hell are you doing here? You don't belong here. That's the way it is. Oh.
And it took me a second. I was a second behind you, and then I was like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Becky says, I watched people sleeping on BB.
Well, it's very interesting, really, wasn't it?
It's coming back, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. On ITV, is it?
Yeah, Becky was damaged goods. Was Jeffrey?
It's more than that. It was more than just damaged goods. He was
Deeply damaged
Yeah.
goods, but you know. Simon's. There we go. Cheers, Flanny. Simon's cat.
Yeah, is that is there anything else I've missed? Anything else we've missed there?
I don't think so.
Orville.
We did say we were going to try and keep this to an hour
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
We are going to bring this to a close quicker than we normally would, my lovely people. Which is no reflection on you. We just wanted to catch up with you tonight because we want to be fresh and
fresh and bubbling.
Fresh and bubbly for tomorrow.
Yeah.
As much as so that we can have a lovely day, because then when we come back, of course, Jason's going to be editing, ready to put it up on Monday.
Yes.
So, our Sunday's already quite full, but full of good things.
Yeah, and we are always appreciative of that. And I'm appreciative of the fact that tomorrow I get to edit something slightly different, because there'll be Angharad and Mum and Dad Brom hopefully will make an appearance. So it'll be a slightly different vlog, but it'll hopefully be a belter for you all to enjoy on Monday.
And of course, we'll get to try Wholesome Junkies for the first time in a kind of the new venue. We've tried it once, we didn't vlog it.
Yes.
Or did we vlog it?
I don't think we vlogged it, but I think we posted on our socials about it and took pictures of the food.
Yeah,
I think that's what we did.
I think we did that. We should follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
By the way.
Yeah, because he puts loads of stuff on there, all kinds of stuff.
I do.
Adam says Wholesome Junkies won best plant-based restaurant this week.
It did indeed. The menu looks really good, actually. I'm very excited about going there tomorrow. It's a strange time for us, but it's because it's lunchtime going, but I'll still eat my way through a couple of things, treat myself.
It would be rude not to.
It'd be rude not to.
Rich, as we wind things up now, Rich says, good night, guys. Have enjoyed watching you live for the first time. Love your vlogs.
Oh, cheers, Rich.
Thank you, Rich, and thanks for being here.
Thank you for being a very pleasant part of the community, because it matters.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. It's been fabulous as always. 120 thumbs up on the live stream this evening. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the super chats. There's lots coming up on the channel, as is often the case. And dare I say it, before you know it, it's going to be getting to the festive times and we'll be knocking them out of the park. Boom, boom, boom. There'll be all kinds of vlogs flying thick and fast.
Oh, we will be. It's going to be a bit of a toil. It's specifically now because I'm working as well, but we will be doing Vlogmas again this year.
Yeah.
Even if they're only short 1-minute vlogs, there will be a vlog every day from the 1st to the 25th of December. And on the 25th of December, we'll be having our Christmas dinner in that kitchen live, because I will not tolerate the thought of somebody being on their own on Christmas Day when they can sit and chat to us.
Yeah. If you're on your own on Christmas Day, join us. Join us.
Yeah.
Whether you're eating or you're not eating, just join us for a chat. But like I said, lots coming up, lots to be excited about.
Yes, and stuff coming up with the vegan queens as well.
Yes, lots to lift spirits in what is, as we've said earlier, a very testing time for everybody at the moment. So that's a good thing. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for being the lone moderator this evening and for holding the fort. Angharad, Linda and Ian, really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Mum and Dad Brom, love you guys. See you tomorrow. There will be the Wholesome Junkies vlog on Monday, like I said, and the Normal Meals vlog on Tuesday. And by next week, we'll get back into the Sunday afternoon live, and we'll think of something good to do. But yeah, try not to let the world get you down too much. Sorry, we've talked about it a lot tonight, but that's made me feel better for getting off my chest and knowing that there are people like you in the world who agree and have that point of view and just want a better world for us all. And if we exist, more exist. You know what I mean? You know that song, making it to all people who believe in you. That one. Yeah. I love you, mister.
Love you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again very soon. And until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Bye, loves.